today we are going to continue by the lesson 3. And you guys, on the comments, I told you the last time to tell me what is for you the lesson 3, the most important lesson to learn English, and you all guessed it. It's all about practicing the language. So today, this is our lesson. Hi guys, how are you doing today? I hope that you are doing well and extremely good. Today we are the 19th day of Ramadan. That means you are going to see it much more later. But we have just 10 days left of this holy month. So please don't forget to do some efforts. I know that in the end, we start to feel a little bit exhausted, but we have to do efforts for akhirah, inshallah, and may Allah reward us by Jannah, inshallah. If you want to encourage me and give me like a gift, my gift is for you to subscribe into the channel and to give me a thumbs up and to share the video with your family and your loved ones. And let's start. So, as I told you, as you all guessed it in comments, you all told me that by listening we need to practice. Exactly, because as I'm going to share with you my experience, so I was listening for a while. That means that I was listening for like maybe 2 or 3 years and I was understanding everything, but I couldn't speak because I had like a high level in listening, but a low level on practicing and speaking English. So at that moment, I knew that my efforts are going to be 80% focused on practicing. Now, you guys, you need to be patient. I think in every video that I do, I always tell you that you need to be patient because it's extremely... it takes, you should understand that it takes time. It takes a lot of time until you would be, at a great level, and you would be, you would be like not searching your words. How do we say this? How do we say that? So the idea that I had actually is to open an account on Instagram, and I was like, I was afraid because that was, the word of social media was a new word for me. And I'm sure that if you are on social media, or maybe not, you're like in the beginning, you're afraid because you don't have any experience. You're afraid that your friends or your family are going to see you and to laugh at you, which is actually really normal. But I needed to do this risk because I knew that that was the only solution for me. There are a lot of solutions, but I knew that that was the solution, the most effective solution for me to open an Instagram account and to start to practice right there. So in the beginning, I didn't have any followers or, any people who were like watching me or something like that. But even of that, I was like happy because I was like, okay, nobody is watching me, so this is the occasion for me to practice so that when I do mistakes, nobody would judge me, okay? So this is what I did. I was switching on the camera every single day and doing stories every single day on Instagram and speaking and practicing English. And in the beginning, my English was really awful. When I come back to those videos, I was like, wow, subhanallah, like I did so much efforts, and from like 2019 I think until now, so it's have been like 6-7 years just practicing every single day until I am in this level today. So as you heard, it takes a lot of time and a lot of efforts. I remember that when I started to practice, I was searching the words, I wasn't finding them easily. So sometimes I was like, how do we say this? So I searched on Google, how do we say this word, and so on, so that I can say it. And this is how I learned, obviously. Because I told you the last time that I was listening, it really helped me because I had some vocabulary that I could use. So I was like, okay, I need to listen more. And the more I listened to native speakers, the more I was learning new vocabulary. And I was like, oh, okay, so this word means this. That word means that. And also, there are a lot of common expressions and collocations that native speaker use. For example, I discovered this expression from not so long. Every time, because on social media I follow a lot of American people, a lot of American girls, American Muslim girls, okay? And I was like listening to that expression. I'm going to learn to run some errands, okay? Every time I go to their stories, they say, I'm going to run some errands. And for me, it was not errands, it was earrings. So earrings are in our dialect, Algerian dialect, to say mnagish, right? So I was like, how is that? Like every time you are going to buy some earrings? That's so weird. So I was like, I was listening a lot to it, not just from one influencer, but from a lot of influencers saying, I'm going to run some errands. So if you want to know what is I'm going to run some errands, that means I'm going to do some shopping. Okay, this is the same meaning. So I was like, so that means that you are going to do some shopping, or you're going to do some grocery stores. And I was like, okay, did you see? So the more I listen to real conversations in their real life, the more I learned. So this is how I told you, like, listening is important. And right now I'm trying to exercise those expressions that I learned. So sometimes in stories on Instagram, if you don't follow me, the name of my Instagram is the same thing as YouTube, English for a Better Life. Sometimes I do stories in Arabic. Sometimes I do stories in English. When I do stories in English, sometimes I say it. I practice it and I say, I'm going to run some errands. So I have a lot of people telling me in comments or on my Instagram account, sending me messages, Ines, can you help us? Can you tell us what is the secret? How did you learn English? And just to tell you, there is no secret recipe for it. It's all about listening and practicing. It goes both ways. So listening and practicing. This is why I think in every single video that I do, I tell you to practice and practice and practice. And this is what I make sure to do also with my students. So how do you can practice? As I told you, I practiced in front of the camera, and this is like a really great way for you to practice also. So please, if you want to try it, in the beginning, it's going to be so weird for you because you're not used to it. But you're not obliged to open an Instagram account or something like that, just in front of your camera, just you and your camera. I find it so interesting because right now, like when I come back to my old videos and I see how I developed myself, I am so proud of myself, first of all, and it's like you document your life. You document your English learning journey, your English learning, while practicing. You're documenting it, and you're seeing the dates also, like in 2019, 2018, 2020, 2021. You're seeing the development, and this is one of my precious advice for you. If you are someone who really wants, your main goal is to practice English, or your main goal is to be able to speak English and to be able to understand people, this is my advice: listening and practicing. The same amount that you listen to, you should practice. So for example, if you listen to a video 15 minutes, you should practice for 15 minutes. And yes, as I told you in the beginning, it's going to be hard, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to be challenging, but the more you give efforts, the more it's going to be easy for you. It's like the snowball. In the beginning, it's hard to do it, but then it's going to be just automatic for you. And the more you do it, the more it's going to be for you also a habit, which is really important to introduce it in your daily life. Registering yourself in front of the camera, it's like you're journaling. Instead of writing, you're speaking, and this is great. So actually, people ask me, what should I speak like in front of the camera? You can tell everything you want. You can tell about your feelings, how you are feeling. Are you overwhelmed? Are you great? Are you upset? Why? You can just switch on the camera and you say, for example, in this period of my life, I'm so thankful. We are in Ramadan, the day 19, and so on and so on. And you will see that would really, really help you. Tell me in comments if there are some of you, because I told you before about this tip. So tell me in comments if there are some of you doing this tip and this method, because it's really helpful. There are also many other methods. There are the mirror method also, but I think that this one in front of the camera, it's the most effective one and the method that I advise the most for you. So yeah, this was it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video, that you enjoyed and you get benefits from this third lesson, which is, I think, the most important lesson for me to try to practice, even if it is challenging and hard in the beginning. But then the more you will go, the more it's going to be easy for you, believe me. Just you need to be patient and really consistent about it, because consistency is the key. All right, consistency is the key for everything, not just for English, but for all your goals. Consistency is really important. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you really like it, and also to subscribe into the channel so that you become a part of our family, and also to hit the bell so that you receive every new video. And I will say see you the next time. Take care, guys, and صحة فطوركم. Bye.